is a look at the person using GPS to measure the Earth.
I just did. We
No,
know
you
where it is.
described what they supposedly have done, but there's no evidence to support your claim.
Of course there is.
Where?
Turn on your phone, look at the GPS. Does it give you your coordinates?
Yes, but that's not proving that you're on a ball.
Of course it is.
How?
It proves that we know where everything is.
Yes, but that's not proving the shape of the Earth.
No, that is all of the things that we know where are.
What we're asking is, are we
It's
spinning,
not
flying
that we
through
know where
space in a
you are
vacuum?
that proves the globe. It is that we know where everything is that proves the globe.
GPS is not going to prove if we're flying, spinning through space.
No, it proves the shape of the Earth, the globe.
GPS.
GPS.
Well, then give us a look there. Let's see how GPS proves the shape of the Earth.
It's called Google Earth.
Called what? Google Earth?
Yeah.
That is just a cartoon.
A GPS mapping of the entire globe.
Yeah,
with all the distances correct. So we know it's a globe.
Yes, but we're asking who made those measurements?
GPS.
What, himself?
Yeah, himself. The guy called GPS.
How did he
God positioning system. It tells us where God is and therefore what we are relative to God. That's how that works.
You see, this is the problem, ladies and gentlemen. The globe earthers are struggling to answer simple questions, okay? All we're asking is who has measured the Earth this year? And now you're saying, yes, there has been a recent measurement of the shape of the Earth, recently measured, a recent measurement. When I ask you to provide that measurement, you're like, well, Google Earth. So Google Earth was done a very long time ago. That's not this year, sort.
Yes? It's updated every day. You know that.
But no one's measured it recently, have they?
If it's updated every day, it's filled with more measurements every day. Then it is updated every day with more measurements.
Yes, but who? Who is making these measurements?
GPS. Some surveyors. Some of the ocean floor is being mapped on Google Earth, meaning they are adding data to it.
Who are they? Who are these surveyors?
Well, I would suppose they are oceanographers if they're surveying the ocean floors now, wouldn't I?
So that's based on a belief.
No, it's not based on a belief. It's based on frigging ocean floor surveying.
Okay, who's doing this?
Ocean floor surveyor people.
Who are they? Where are they? Who? What? Where?
I'm sure you can Google who surveys the ocean floors.
Yeah, but
there are several institutions doing it. They're using a thing called side scan sonar. I'm sure you can find somebody that does it.
Yeah, I've heard about it. You've heard about it, but we've never seen these things actually happen in the real world.
Kimo, I have heard about a Rolls-Royce dealership. But
we hear about a lot of things. I've heard.
But there isn't one in my town. So by definition, if there isn't one in my town and I haven't seen one, then there is no Rolls-Royce dealership.
No, we can hear about these things. It's fine. You can hear about a lot of things, but whether they're true or not is a different matter. So you're saying somebody somewhere has measured the Earth. I'm like, who? You want about? Who's done that?
The people that surveys the ocean floors using side scan sonar.
Alright, so who and where are these people?
I suppose they're on the ocean surveying it.
Suppose.
Where else would they be? You think they're voting on it?
They don't exist, sort.
Why wouldn't they exist? They find shipwrecks and shit all the time.
Because you have an imagination and you haven't developed since you were younger.
Did you know they found the Yamato, the Japanese battleship? It's about 1,000 feet deep.
Why do you believe in fairy tales?
I don't believe in friggin' fairy tales.
All right,
it's all the pictures of it.
Alright, let's see the demonstration. Let's have a look.
They found the Yamato, a Japanese battleship sunk in World War II. It is one of the last unmapped wrecks.
You're so gullible, no?
until a few years ago when they sent a freaking submarine so I could see it.
Why are you
Yeah,
so
but
gullible?
What more evidence would you need that they freaking found it than that they took a picture of it?
Not a just so story.
I'm reasonably sure that the several thousands of men that went down with it are not a made-up story.
What several thousands of men? Stop making things up, man.
I'm not making things up. It's a ship that sunk in a battle in the
Man.
Second World War.
Man.
And we found it
Look,
using
man.
night
Stop
scan
making
sonar.
up all this stuff.
I'm not making up all
This
this.
stuff.
You're just trying to deny some simple
No,
facts.
what I said, show it then.
Prove it,
provide it, and let's take a look at what you're saying it to be. Take a look.
You can Google it.
You're making me crazy because you won't prove it.
He won't provide it with
Prove it.
proof. Want proof?
Prove
Provide
it.
it. Provide proof.
Yeah.
There you go.
As we are Jamaican arguments.
There you go.
I do like
What you got to do about it?
Provide me a beer can.
a beer can.
Beer can batch.
What beer can? What?
Look, seriously now, let's get serious.
Why
So,
are you rushing
you reckon
your
someone's
arguments?
made measurements recently of the Earth, yeah?
Yeah, every day.
Okay, let's prove it then. Provide the evidence.
I'm sure you can find the log of updates for
I can't
Google Earth.
find it. No, that's not my claim. Your claim.
because I know that it's updated daily.
Well, because look then, let's
Therefore,
see where you were getting your information from.
You could go to Google Earth and see when it was updated.
Yeah, but
What do I care?
who is doing this?
Apparently, people surveying it, or it wouldn't get in the map now, would it?
What people? How do you know it's just not a group of people lying to you?
A group of people voted on what do we fill in this part of the map today.
Right, this is getting
What?
silly now, sort. You know you've got nothing. You know that you're stuck. You know that you've caught out. You just want to play the game. You think this is fun.
you
Just having
remember
fun with
when-
the flat
when you-
earther. Just
Yeah,
having a bit of
Kimo,
time. You're
remember
bored,
when we
whatever.
voted on your local
End of
area?
the day,
we
though,
just-
sort.
Yeah, you
cannot
remember when we
demonstrate
voted on
scientifically
how
that you
your
live on
local
board.
area looked, and we just decided where you live.
This is
and-
where
and just
this
put
is
it
how
on the map,
this is how
right?
far you can go when it on the journey of a debate. If we look at the map, the road map, this is as far as you can go. Okay,
No, it ain't.
you can't go any
No.
further than say, well, somebody somewhere, my faith tells me they've done it. Just accept it. Go and find it yourself. Go and find out what I think has happened. And it's
Kimo,
like
if
that's
you
all
sail,
you have, really. You see?
If you sail or fly in any direction by
Oh,
GPS,
here we go again. If I do this,
get
and you
the
do that, and
distances
we do
right.
this, if you wish upon a star, blah, blah, blah. Where is the practical proof of what you're saying?
well, how many planes crash because they get the distances wrong?
This is why people become flat earthers, guys. You know, I mean, you might think this is a joke sort. To you, this might be funny.
You are
But you
joking
are
to me.
creating
You're
flat
literally
earthers
joking right now.
every single moment that you fail to provide evidence of your claim.
Now, Kimo, if planes sort of just guessed how far it was to one or other place,
Mhm.
they would sometimes get it wrong and crash because they ran out of gas. That would look bad on the airplane industry and the whole transport stuff. People wouldn't like that.
Sort if
So,
if
seeing as that's
if you
not
ever
happening,
provided evidence of a globe, there would be no more flat earthers.
yeah, they would, because you would persistently claim it's not evidence.
Well, I mean,
There would
again,
be-
you would
there
just
would
show
be a bunch
the
of witless
science.
idiots following you. That's obviously how that works.
Well, then provide something. Then let's see what you can do.
We just did. We know the distances to everything.
How do you know?
GPS,
Who's doing this? Who's installing this GPS?
the satellite system over the globe.
I said, who is installing these systems?
Are you from England?
Actually tell you right off the top of my head who
Ugh.
set up the GPS grid.
Don't know who,
Well,
right?
I do believe it was the American Defense Ministry and something like that.
Is that the same person who brings you presents at Christmas?
No.
No, not the same person. Oh, a different person.
Yes, most definitely a different person.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. These guys would get me a gun.
These are the elves that
Rarely
install
get
these
a gun
things, yeah?
for Christmas.
Are they elves?
The GPS people maybe. The guys that
I
give
think
me
they're
guns
elves,
for
yes?
Christmas are not.
Yes. You see, it's all a fantasy, guys, and that's what you are struggling to deal with, to get your head around. That just because you have an institution that looks good. Now, I'm not trying to get religious, but that's basically what Satan is all about. He makes it look all wonderful, and then you think, oh, this looks good, so we should believe it. But behind the scenes, okay, it's a very different picture. Now, you've seen Sort, you've heard Sort's tried his very best, and all he can do is end up with becoming a comedian by the end of the discussion, because realizes, well, I've come to the end of, and we see this all the time, every day with ball earthers. I've had enough of this. They start curved. He's one of the quickest quitters. One of the quickest quitters when he gets involved in a discussion with a flat earther. We're talking 2 minutes,
Timo,
2 minutes, and he's like,
there
oh,
is
I've had
no-
enough of this person, you know. And that's
Timo.
basically what.
There
Yes?
is no discussion because you're not bringing an argument.
Yes, because we're asking you about your.
Why would I waste my
saying,
time
yeah.
with some dimwit that's not having a sincere discussion? You're just fucking around, lying, giving bullshit, obfuscation. Fuck y'all.
The same with every flat earther there. You start with lemon, you end with lemon. You started with
Well, then why don't you guys step up and try to have an honest discussion and see how truly fucking impotent you are?
start with percent? I'm not having to do it with this guy. You start with Jeremy, I've had
Oh,
enough of this
cunt.
guy.
Po cunt. Shit,
All
I
the
can't
flat
even say
earthers.
what should happen to Po
My
cunt.
point is that my point is anyway is that the point is that just like Sort, you always end up resorting, trying to get out.
The point is you want to ramble on and lie. Go ahead, Chemo. Unimpeded.
No,
lie.
there's no line here.
Have fun.
Moyak is like back and forth. Like, I've had enough of this. I'm not playing anymore. And then he gets back in. Then I'm not playing anymore. You know, Rocket Scientist does the same thing. Let me play. All right, I've had enough of you now. You're a beep, beep, beep. You're a beep, beep, beep. I've had enough. Taylor, same. You know, Leo's the same. Chris is the same. Chris MC, you know, he's the same. Let's have a play on board. All right, I've had enough of this now. And the point is because you thought that you could outsmart Flat Earther. You thought this was going to be easy. You walked into a place and thought,
the point is, Kimo, I told you we know all the distances within, 0.1 feet. And then you said, nah, and who told you that? And I said, we know. And you just went, nah, a lot. And that was it. That was your entire argument.
No, I asked you to prove it. I asked you to prove it.
Yeah. We get where we want to go using the GPS system. Therefore, it works. It maps the world.
Yeah, who's installing all of this? Is that what I asked you?
It maps the world to be a globe. Therefore, it works.
Who is installing all of this?
I.e., such people as rocket scientists in here, and the guy called GPS, I would guess. Who do you think installs these systems?
No. He just sits at the computer and look at the stuff that's supposedly already installed.
Yeah, looks at the data from the satellites that
Not an
he's
engineer.
receiving signals from, using the open
Well, he might be
source
an engineer.
code that interprets the data from the satellites that they are receiving signals from.
No, I know the
It's
story.
odd
I
how
know the
it
account.
all-
I know the story, Sort.
It's
The point is
odd how it all circles back to the trackable satellites in the frickin' skies, Kimo.
How
does
can we
that
make it
work?
more than just a story?
I don't have to.
Yeah, make
Is
it
that
more
simple?
than just a story, yeah.
It's that simple because it maps the world and it works.
Because you said so.
I double dare you to find somebody that tells you that GPS does not tell them where they're freaking at.
I'm not arguing that, but does it prove you're on a spinning ball flying through space? That's the question.
We went with the shape of the Earth,
Yeah?
not the motion of it, just the shape. And the shape is determined by GPS locations.
Yeah, that won't tell you if it's curving or not.
Yes, it does.
How?
It does.
How?
The coordinates that you get are Cartesianly mapping a globe.
Mm-hmm.
That's how.
Go on, I'm listening. How?
They are mapping a globe. As you go around the globe and get your coordinates from GPS, it will tell you
What is mapping? A satellite, yeah?
X, Y, and Z coordinates until eventually you get a globe. As you
What is mapping the
go around
globe?
it enough.
What's mapping
The
the globe?
globe. The real one.
What
That
is mapping it? A satellite.
A number of satellites combining.
Show me
the signal
one
belay
of those
from them.
satellites mapping the globe.
A number of satellites.
Just show one of them. Just show one of them.
You want to see GLONASS again?
Now we're getting
That's
somewhere. Let's practically see these GPS satellites, and then obviously you're telling the truth. But if you can't, you're lying, sort. Why would you lie? Why would you lie? But you're not lying, are you? Because you can show me those GPS satellites. Let's have a look.
Oh, I can. If you go to your older GPS, you can see what satellites you're receiving from. You get a steel pipe. Just a simple pipe big enough for that device to fit inside.
Well, go on then, give us a look at these satellites, these GPS satellites. I'm waiting.
Shh, Chemo. Shut up and let me tell you this.
Mm-hmm.
You get a regular pipe. It's going to shield you from GPS signals, other than, obviously, the end that the pipe is pointing at. As you point it around, you'll eventually point it and get a signal from one satellite in the sky. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Now show those satellites. Yes.
If you can point a pipe at it, and there is nothing such as a balloon or a pole or a mast or anything like that in that direction, it has to be further away, right? Therefore, it is a satellite.
All right, let's have a look at these GPS satellites.
He just showed you how to identify one.
Thought?
What's wrong with what he just showed you? It's a demonstration of the existence of that satellite.
Where? What did he post?
He showed you how to do it, to identify that there's something too small to see, too far away, that is up in the sky that's providing your GPS.
Where did he post it?
He didn't post it. He told you how to do it yourself.
No, I asked him to show.
Demonstration.
No, you didn't. You missed the conversation. He claimed.
No, I heard the conversation.
No, you missed the conversation. He claimed that there are satellites in the sky, giving us like a map in the Earth. Map in the Earth. He said.
He said the stupid thing where show me a picture.
No, I'm asking him to show the satellite that is mapping the Earth.
Yes, and he showed you that a device, you shield it in all directions but one, and you aim that pipe, and it'll be a highly directional thing that'll point at the sky.
Where did he show this? Where's the picture?
He told you this verbally.
He told me. What?
Were you fucking in the room? You've been talking. You have not listened at all to what he said?
Of course I heard him. He said he's got pipes and satellites and GPS, so I'm asking him to show the GPS that's mapping the Earth.
He's showing it. That's
Where?
his method of showing.
Show me how. Where?
What his whole method was how he's showing you.
By talking?
No, by demonstrating what you have to do to see one.
By using words?
Yes, that's how you that's how you tell somebody to do something.
So you demonstrate by using words.
It works for you, Chemo. What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Something by using words.
Hey, Chemo, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You haven't demonstrated shit ever, so.
Well, I'm trying to ask Mike here if words.
I don't give a fuck.
If hold on a second, I'm asking Mike here. Are words demonstrations?
How you can observe this?
But I'm asking you, are words demonstrations?
Yes.
So when you demonstrate something, you just use words.
He described.
You just describe it with words. Yeah,
that's what you do, Chemo. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Mike, let's clear this up, because you know I'm going to say this all the time. Mike, you want to be sure about what you're saying here. Are you saying words are demonstrations?
Let's see.
Let's be clear. Let's give you an opportunity to think about what you're saying here.
That he described how you can observe this.
Yeah. Is that a demonstration?
I don't give a fuck.
What are you saying yes for, then? So you can calm down.
If you follow what he says, it will be a demonstration.
A demonstration is by words.
And your actions.
Okay.
You're following those
can
words.
we see some actions? There you go.
No, your actions.
Where are his actions?
You're fucking fat, retarded ass.
You literally, it's same as if I told you how to find a duck. Go to a freaking lake and look for the quacky little things.
Yeah, and if I say you want to find the ice wall, head south.
If you insist on sitting around at your desk and not go to a lake, you're not going to find.
If you want to find the dome, go up. I'm giving you a demonstration of how to find the ice wall and the dome.
We heard you now. It was funny. I just posted you a link to a satellite tracker where you can see when and where you can observe satellites in the skies.
All right, let's take a look. Give me the timestamp of the satellite.
It says 21:20 my time. So it's 20 past the hour.
Alright, I've got it up now. I see it. I see what you're talking about. This is
satellite tracker
cartoon of the Earth
for observing satellites by eye
in
the sky.
Where is that satellite that you were talking about mapping the Earth?
I don't think you can actually see the GPS ones, but you can see plenty of satellites using that one. So it's not much of a stretch that there are other satellites.
So you can't see the satellites that you say are up there.
With the radio telescope. You can see it with the radio telescope. It'll appear as a nice little illuminated spot in the sky if you want, or you can just listen to it.
No.
You can see all the
show the model of it here on Earth, like in the factory, and then show that one in space. What's the problem?
To what resolution?
Whatever you can do.
Well, show me the cable that's sending the signal from you to me. Oh, we dropped it in the ocean. That's
not
inconvenient. Maybe it isn't there because we dropped it in the ocean.
Not in contention. These satellites.
I think it's made up.
You said satellites are mapping the Earth. So why did you lie?
I did not.
No,
where is that satellite?
How did he lie?
Okay, show me the satellite.
I did. I showed you a number of satellites.
No,
I showed you literally a site that helps you. I showed you literally a site that helps you where you can go and see one.
We don't live on a drawing. We don't live in a cartoon.
Saw like 60 to 100 satellites in a row going over us.
Oh, I've seen those in real life, yeah. But I'm not talking about that. That's not in space,
from horizon to from one end of the horizon to the other.
Quite amazing, actually, how they were all together, yeah.
Were those stars? Luminaries? What were those?
No, that's definitely that thing, that satellite, that train satellites. I've seen it in the sky.
Yeah.
Did you know if you point the fucking radio
antenna, those are not the satellites mapping the Earth, right? That's just in the sky. Those are. That's not in space.
Well, satellite GPS doesn't map the Earth.
Well, Sword said GPS maps the Earth. So why did he lie?
Oh, he's wrong.
Why did he
absolutely
lie?
Wrong.
Why did he lie then? Why did you lie, Sword?
Well, is it a lie or is it wrong?
Why did you give me wrong information, misinformation, disinformation, false information?
Let me clarify for you.
I actually didn't say that.
You said it maps the Earth.
Yeah, I did not. I said Google Earth maps the Earth.
So where's that satellite that maps the Earth?
Using GPS input.
Yeah, where is it? Where's the satellite?
In the sky.
Well, let's have a look at it then.
The GPS gives Google the information.
Every GPS signal you can pick up literally tells you where every GPS satellite is.
Let's have a look. No one's ever verified that those satellites exist. Have you?
Other than everybody who's ever programmed a GPS device.
Nobody has, so you're making up stories again.
Or people who work, or chemo, people who work in the space industry. I'll tell you the satellites. Look up Planet Dove, SkySat, Worldview, Landsat. Why don't you look up any of those
I'm not
satellites?
looking for your-
They image the Earth, and they map the Earth. GPS satellites don't map the Earth. You need a GPS receiver to give you your location.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he said the satellites are mapping the Earth.
No,
You know
I
what?
did not. Chemo, I said.
I don't think Sort did. I didn't hear him say that.
Yes, he did. That's what we're arguing over. He said these satellites are mapping the Earth.
Why don't you be a bit more gracious and stop being such a dipshit?
How could you mute
I
it?
very
It looks like you're
specifically
muted.
said that the GPS total stations that every
it's a
one of
pretty
those
weak gotcha
surveyors
moment.
used. Hey, the
pretty
GPS total stations that every one of those surveyors that mapped the world uses GPS because they are GPS total
Yeah, you keep
stations.
saying this.
That's why.
Why won't you show the satellite here on Earth and then show us in space?
You said you had a freaking list of people that mapped the Earth. So you show me your list, and I can tell you, I can show you one of those.
What are you on about?
They did.
What are you talking
You said
about?
you had a list of the people that mapped the Earth.
Oh my god.
And then you said, when I said GPS, and you said GPS isn't on there, and I said GPS is every one of those people.
You said GPS proves a ball, maps the Earth, is what you said. Where is that mapping satellite?
That GPS
Chemo,
stations
or didn't say it.
On
Stop being a
the
fucktard and go on to your next stupid point.
Well, the point was, just looking for evidence. We're just looking for any kind of evidence, any clues to suggest that we're on a ball spinning, flying through space. That's what we're on. And Sort said, oh, we've got GPS. So now we've established that we don't have GPS, it cannot prove a ball, and we can't find
just Chemo, go on to one of your stupid points, okay? Like, this is ridiculous even for you.
No, we're just clearing up.
No, there's no we, there's you.
No,
you
as well.
Play every fucking day.
You can't provide a rocket or a satellite in space. We know that already. So
I just listed them all off to you. You want the NORAD two-line elements so you can find out, so you can see where they are?
No. Show the actual satellite or rocket in space. Actual, not any.
Look at the internet. Chemo, just look at the International Space Station. I've said this to you thousands of times before. Just look at that. It's the easiest one to demonstrate.
We've seen the ISS. We know something's up there. It's unmanned. It's just an aeroplane. It flies.
Not unmanned. It's not an aircraft. There's no aircraft that flies at 6.9 kilometers per second. Show me one that does.
Well,
you're saying, you know what? I want to hear. I want it from you. You show me an aircraft that goes 6.9 to 7 kilometers per second. Show that to me right now. Show me the link. Let's go. Let's go. This is your fucking claim. I want to hear it. Let's go.
I haven't even claimed it.
You're saying it's an aircraft? I want you to show me which aircraft it is.
I didn't claim the speed. You claimed the speed.
You said it's an aircraft.
Yes.
I'm telling you the speed that it needs to go. Now you substantiate your fucking claim.
No. You said it goes this fast. I didn't claim that speed. I said there's an aircraft.
I know it goes that fast. It has been measured to go that fast.
No, who's
by
measured
independent observation from the ground. Not by NASA, not by two-line elements, but by independent people who can validate that.
Jermison, let's have a look. Show the validation.
You've seen it before.
Red rhetoric is a thief,
you've seen it,
a liar, and a scoundrel.
You've seen it before. Show me the aircraft now. Let's go.
Stole
Stop
money
wasting
from his
time.
Flatmate, roommate, or someone's mate. And
I'm not Charlie or Adam, who's some new guy, and I know your fucking game. It's fucking annoying. Show me the aircraft that goes 6.9 kilometers per second.
There's no one that's measured that speed.
Come on.
No one's measured that speed. That's your claim.
Back it up or move on. No, this is your. You said it's an aircraft.
It's an aircraft.
Every heard you say it.
Yeah, aircraft.
I'm substantiating how fast it needs to go.
No,
you show me the
made up
aircraft
the
that goes
speed
that
of that
fast.
speed. No one made that speed up. You made that speed up. Sorry, I didn't make up that speed. You claimed it was that fast. You haven't measured it going that fast. There's no verification.
Actually, I have. I have measured the ISS. It's easy to do. It's easy to track. You've been shown that. No, Kim, no, we're not doing this because you've been shown this before. I've shown it to you before. Other people have shown you before. So stop
the speed of the ISS.
Stop playing a fucktard who's never seen this before.
Right.
It's just old and tired.
Rocket. I'm gonna have a cup of tea.
Because
calm down.
You know what? I'm having a day, and I'm gonna take it out on you, because you're the fucking idiot that I'm gonna rip apart right now.
Well, there's no need.
Show me the aircraft.
No need, because all I do is ask questions.
No need.
Okay?
I can. Well, Chemo, you come in here, spout your bullshit because you want to. This is how I'm gonna respond to you today. Because you
so we're gonna
fucking
have that
deserve
quick break now. We'll be back right after this, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna
run away. Go make your tea, or go pretend you phone call and run away like a scared little bitch with your tail between your legs.
We're gonna let everyone calm down. We're gonna reset. We're gonna go again.
I am totally fine. I'm only marginally annoyed. I can step it up to anger if you like.
No, I don't like to see you so angry. You're an expert. You're a professional, so you shouldn't be acting like this. This is not.
No, Nikimo, fuck you, okay?
This is out of character.
Just stop at the dipshit online, and that dipshit is you.
Oh, for good. Anyway, we'll be back right after this.
Run away, you little bitch. That's right.
Somebody else that gets mad at Chemo. I like it. Chemo's a bitch.
You know what? I listen to him like play with these new guys like a cat with a mouse. Like it's just so tiring.
I'm not a good new guy. God damn it!
Hey, Mayak, how you doing?
How you doing?
I'm better. I got a gin and tonic. I took a little venting out on Chemo. I'm actually better now. So yeah.
And I just got my ass kicked by a generator. It cut me, it lacerated me, and it still doesn't work.
Is this for your boat? I saw that picture of your new boat ship. Is big enough to call a ship, maybe. It looked pretty huge, right?
Tiny ship.
It looks too tiny to me. I mean, what you said? You got like, you can sleep 7 or 8 people, something like that.
I sleep 6 comfortably in formal beds. Then there's
comfortably about a dozen uncomfortably type of thing. If you had.
Yeah. Then I have some set-upable beds. So 3 with 3 distinct rooms. And if you're like having a menage a trois, you can sleep 12 right there. What happened to me? Did you go away or did I go away?
Sorry. No, I'm still listening.
Yeah, now I got a 6.5 kW generator in the bilge, and it wasn't working, so I had to figure out how to get at something that was really tight. And I finally figured out a way of doing it by cutting some tin away from it and folding a shroud back. I was able to tighten the water pump on it.
Remind me again what the build pump is. I think I know what it is, but I forget.
This case, it's a raw water pump for cooling the engine of the generator.
Okay, all right.
And then apparently my generator, during the downtime it's had for the water pump, has had a failure in its brain. So it won't start. As soon as it starts, it senses that it's got a problem and it shuts back off again on me. It's like, son of a bitch. I don't know enough about the sensors on it to tell what's happening. I just know that it's starting, it's doing everything it needs to run, but if it doesn't get up to RPM quick enough, it cycles back down again. I found a rat's nest of wire with some relays in it, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck these all do.
And we are back live from Flat Earth Debate and more. And this is the area. This is the best place to come if you're looking for globe.
Did you find your aircraft, Chemo?
Globe evidence.
I'm still here.
If you're on the fence,
still here. Still happy to yell at you.
Yeah, if you're on the fence,
hey, at least Jake and the plane's not here to tell you how futile it is.
If you're on the fence, if you're a fence sitter, you're not sure what the shape of the Earth is. You need help.
Chemo is not the person to go to for that help.
No, you wouldn't ask me.
Chemo, can you get me unbanned from the 24/7 Flat Earth server?
Sorry, Dan.
No, can you get me unbanned?
Dan.
You gotta suck QE's cock first.
Dan, shout out Dan. So yeah, I mean the evidence for the globe doesn't seem to be there. What are we going to do about this? Is there any science?
I've switched over to the Flat Earth side. Can you get me unbanned from the 24/7 Flat Earth server? Because I'm a Flat Earther now.
What made you switch?
You just said that the evidence for the globe Earth isn't there, so I think that might be true.
Well, have you looked into it yourself?
No, but you just said it, so it must be true,
but
right?
I'm asking. It's more like a statement. I'm going to ask the globe Earthers now because there are fence sitters out there, people who are not sure. They're thinking, well, is it flat? Is it a ball? and they just don't know what to decide. Now, the globe earthers will help weigh their opinion on what they think. So you need to look into it yourself, hamster, in order to make a well-informed. See?
I don't like making decisions. I like other people making them for me.
Yeah,
Hey, Rocket.
That seems to have been the way, yes, for the entirety of your life. Yeah, people have been making decisions, telling you where you live, what the shape is, basically things like that. Yeah.
What's up, Mike?
Is NOSS one of the satellites for GPS?
NOSS?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the designation of it could be, but
yeah, trying to find an image for him.
Hey Dart, you've just joined. Mic check. Dart. Microphone working. Welcome to Flat Earth Debate and more.
Actually, it comes up as Naval Ocean Surveillance System is a series of signals intelligence satellites. So I don't think it's the GPS sat.
Yeah, I mean, I know GLONASS, but I didn't find any from GLONASS.
Well, we're at a push, guys. We're struggling to find any evidence of satellites.
Oh, no, we're not, Kimo. You are struggling.
Well, look, again, you can use your computer games to say, yeah, there are satellites in the sky, but that's different than actually seeing an actual satellite in the sky, okay? And orbiting around the geometric horizon. Imagine that something went below geometric horizon. How would that happen? How would a satellite down once it reaches the horizon?
Well, you have to explain that.
That's like being in Kimo, that's like being in San Francisco and asking to see a toaster oven that's in Vegas.
No, but once that satellite reaches the horizon, I mean, what do you think's happened? Do you go lower than the horizon? Of course not. Still in the sky, high, way above the head.
Hey, Kimo, I got a question for you, actually, for or any flat earthers in here. What do you guys explain is happening when people do those long, what is it called? Long-term exposure, or the of the sky at night, and all the stars and everything are basically kind of spiraling as if the Earth is spinning or something.
Star trails.
Like a time lapse of the star trails.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Time lapse, like a long-term time lapse of stars.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? What is that?
I mean, again, that's just the personal dome. That gives the illusion of stars rotating in the opposite direction.
Why is it an illusion?
Question.
Because they're not really going in the opposite direction.
Well, how in your mind, where are they going?
And they're all moving in one direction.
You know, Kimo, you have this amazing knack for just ignoring the uniformity of nature.
No. I mean, again,
we know that only something that's composed of matter can emit light.
No, you can't speak from the perspective of
Yes,
all
I can.
Rocket. There are no experiments. There are no experiments to back up your equation, and that's as Tesla said.
What equation? No, hang on. Okay, Kimo, I want to ask you this question earlier, but you keep stating your model says this, your model says that. What the fuck do you think our model is? You think it's like one giant algorithm that we put inputs and we get outputs from? Is that what you think it is?
No, you just make predictions and
based. Okay, but no. I want you to tell me what you think our model is.
I've just told you it's a predictive model, mathematical model that makes.
Which one? Which one?
The heliocentric model.
What is it? But that's not anything. That's just a name.
That's a series of models.
Thank you, Moy. That's exactly it. We have a series of equations and theories and scientific observations that we utilize, and we develop multiple models for multiple applications. It's not one model.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
Earlier we were talking about Everest. There's one model that we have that that models the variation of the atmosphere with altitude that accounts for its density, pressure, and temperature. There's another model that we have that accounts for the heliocentric motion of the planets around the sun. There's another model that we have for the tectonic plate motion.
Yeah.
I could go on. There's hundreds and hundreds of models. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, there's one for the lunar and solar eclipses.
Yeah, which is why we ask for the science for the heliocentric model. And there is
the problem is you don't even know what the hell the model is. So how the hell would you even be able to substantiate any evidence that put in front of your brain?
Yeah, so when you give us your model, we go out there and test it. It doesn't conform or comport.
How are you going to test? You have no fucking clue on how to test any of this. You Chemo, have done fuck all. Individually have done fuck all. No. You've sat there and watched your buddies do the work. You have done nothing.
No, I was the one who
done nothing.
I was the one who located.
You have done nothing, Chemo. I'll say, try and say it again. I'm just going to overtalk you. You've done nothing.
What happened when I was there, you wasn't. There.
Hey, Rocket, check this out. I got a picture for you in debate chat. Apparently, this satellite's using LiDAR to image the ground, and if you get yourself just situated right below the bitch, and you take images, you can see the laser from it.
You started talking about satellites, and I saw squid as food. I was like,
I think it should be at 341.
Oh, no, I see that. Yeah, the Calypso laser spots. Yeah, that's cool. That's really fucking cool.
I just thought it's cool. You just fucking get that laser right in your optic.
There's no point taking it out on flat earthers, Rocket. You know, I'm sure you're a good fella, but you've been lied to, right? And all these.
Fuck you.
These equations.
Fuck you. I've had it with you over the years, and the way I'm just going to deal with it, I'm going to tell you to fuck off.
I understand. I get it. I understand.
What do you understand? What do you get?
I get that someone in your position would want to tell someone in my position to,
fuck off, is what he said.
Right.
Yeah.
You someone in your position, what do you think? You're some fucking CEO?
Well, all I'm saying is that I understand where Rocket is coming from, especially being because a rocket scientist was supposed to be a thing, someone who is well respected, who knows a lot, is very intelligent, but if rockets are not going anywhere, then he's been absolutely deceived.
Is he still talking? I'll give Chemo this, man. That guy can fucking talk, and he's pretty consistent over the years. I mean, he's pretty much been saying the same thing since the first day that I heard him. So
he has to. Like the reality is, as far as I understand, he lives at home. He lives off the government. He has no fucking job. This is his only way of feeling important. His only way. He has no other thing, nothing else that he has in his life except this.
Oh, it's not about me. What it's about?
It is about you. It's about your motivation for what you do and why you do it.
Yeah, I mean, it always ends up being some sort of power crisis. Like, right? It's the feeling of helplessness that comes with knowing the conspiracy. It gives you a certain power. At least a fake feeling.
Dude, this is literally what you guys are saying right now is exactly why I got kicked from the 24/7 Flat Earth server. They banned me because I said the same exact thing, that there are a bunch of schizo conspiracy theories that are theorists that literally have nothing else going on in their lives but this, or like they've latched onto this because it gives them some sort of like sense of purpose, like aha, look, everyone doesn't know what I know, kind of like thing, because they're not actual scientists. They're literally just people that have stumbled upon this bunk.
If you think about it, it's a very scary thing to not know, like know things on such a minimal level that things become very scary. And you see things and you hear things and you can't explain them. And when people give you these, sort of puzzle piece sort of explanations, they're easy to latch onto, and they give you a certain sense of completion, and like you have the answer, and it helps fill that sort of like that. It helps you not be afraid, because you have something to grab a hold of.
the way I see it is, you guys would be living.
Chemo, be quiet for a second. If I may continue that thought, the other thing that I like to add on to is people like Jeremy. There's a lot of people who I think they latch onto the conspiracy of the government doing this and keeping them down and lying to them is because they haven't achieved anything, and it's easier to accept that I never got anywhere is because some outside force prevented me from achieving anything, which is the government, and they've lied to us, and that's the reason why I can't get to anywhere better than I am where I am, and it's not my fault.
Absolutely, it's easier to blame somebody else than to accept that you're a fucking failure. Ooh, so much easier. I mean, take it, being mean, whatever, but it's the truth. What are these people in their lives? Do they hold skilled positions? You don't have to go to school. Me? I'm a 16-year fucking Finnish operator. Yes, I hold a skilled position.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you do?
I mean, look, I understand again. I mean, it's complete. Most flat earthers probably wouldn't be able to handle hearing that, right? They would think, well, we're not crazy, we're normal. But when I hear this, I hear the pain from you guys. Because you're like, well...
Akima, the pain is actually coming from your voice, in your ability, as was pointed out, to spew the same shit for years. Is you have nothing else. This is your only shtick. And by the way, you've been pushed aside from every other flat Earth group out there. You're not in 24/7. You're not in Oakley Circle. You're here because this is your last stand, your last vestige, your last spot, your Alamo, your flat Earth Alamo, so to speak. You have nowhere else to go.
Well, I mean, if the truth be known, I was torn away from the flat Earth groups, invited to be a president.
Because even they couldn't stand your dipshittery.
I can show you the messages where I'm being told, leave that group, return, come to the fold. Why do you spend hours with guys who have no idea about what they're talking about?
There's one consistent truth, and that chemo always lies.
I mean, again, you would be disappointed to think what you're saying is true, because like I say, I'm always being told by the main flat earthers, why do you do this? Why do you go
You're a lying piece of shit, King.
Wait,
I don't believe anything you say.
Wait, why are you outcast from the main flat earthers? What happened?
Well, like I just said to you, I'm being told and asked, why do you do this? Why do you spend hours with the globe earthers? That's the point.
Oh, that's why they don't like you, because you spend time in here.
No, again, they're messaging me. What are you doing in there? Why do you spend hours with guys who...
Okay, show us the messages.
No. They're very
saucy. You offered to show them. Am I incorrect?
I didn't ask you to show them.
Offered to show them?
No. I said there are messages. I get messages.
Oh, you're right. Okay, fine. All right. Fair enough. But you're not going to show them to back up what you're saying, right?
No. Very private.
Okay, got it.
So you're just going to make claims and not demonstrate those claims to be true, right?
Right.
No, if you send yourself with another account, it doesn't count.
Yes, right. Quite right. I can't implicate some of the regulars that come here and bad words that they may say about you. But the point is, it's not that anyone's been excluded. Like, toddle on over to 24/7, Cinemod in QE's and Betty's. I go over to Brandon's whenever I can. Just that, we're here where we can speak to the most intelligent ball earthers who can try and correct some of the flat earthers' mistakes, if there are any, and obviously provide science where there is. You see? It's not a case of being outcasted, Rocket. And all that's happening is, like I said, my view of the ball earthers is very different to how the flat earthers see it. I see the struggle.
Once again, for the audience, chemo always lies.
I see the pain and the struggle that you guys go through, the frustration, the anxiety.
Yes, tell us more about how you feel. Leave out all the arguments and evidence. That's fine. More emotions.
Wait, I thought the flat earthers don't have feelings. They only have facts that they know. Oh wait, it was beliefs. Flat
Well,
earthers
like I
don't have
said,
beliefs.
the Flat Earth group it's relatively strong still. They were still connected in all areas, in one way or another. And like I said, it's like they would come here, Rocket. The reason why you have me all the time is because, you know, it's very abusive.
Because this is where you
Because we have
get the
bad luck.
center of
Sorry.
attention.
No. It's because
Yeah.
not
This is
every
where
flat
you
earther
can.
handle being
This is where you
told,
can
"You're
flex
this,
your
you're that,"
control,
like this now,
flex your
interruptions like
the
this.
little bit of authority you
Pure
have
just
in your
steaming
life.
in. Not everyone can handle that, right? So they think,
This is
right,
where you get to be
I'm
the
not-
center
well,
of attention.
Some people be like, well, if Pure's not going to shut his mouth, then I'm out of here. That's what they think, Pure. Whereas I can
don't
handle,
give a fuck what people think.
I can handle,
you can't.
your bull
You
rage.
you can't handle 5 seconds of me, bitch.
Oh, it's not a problem, Pure. Not a problem.
What you said.
Like I said, you've got the wrong end of the stick here, Rocket. Again, one does it because one cares about humans, people.
You don't give a flying fuck, you lying piece of shit.
Of course I do. Remember, the transition has to be smooth. Now think about the
Timo,
other flat
I have a
earthers.
challenge for you.
You think about the other flat earthers that you would or could speak to. They'd be so abusive towards you. You don't even leave here, Rocket, to speak to anyone because they would abuse you.
Because I have self-respect. Why would I want to talk to any of these idiots? It's bad enough I have to talk to you here.
I'm just saying that if you were to leave and go out and speak to other flat earthers, if you went to 24/7 that you mentioned, you would be terrified to speak, to demonstrate.
I'm not terrified.
I've been in there so many
anybody.
times. I've been in there so many times, and I can guarantee you that there's nothing terrifying about those people. They're so fucking like.
No, I'm talking about
brain
rockets. Yeah, but you're not an expert. If rocket
But
scientists went
terrifyingly
there,
stupid. What are you talking about? It's pretty scary about how actually stupid a lot
rocket
of people
scientists
are.
wouldn't last 5
Well,
minutes.
let me ask. Yes, but the problem is that rocket scientist wouldn't do that because he's afraid, and I don't know if he's been there. I thought he had. But if he,
I've been there a long time ago.
okay, great, apparently.
Not in the new,
got-
not in the new server.
He got booted.
Be that as I may, I've been there. Got booted out as usual.
Yeah, in the first tirade when it was first going on, but not like now when there's had the
Right. So
arena.
why would I go? Why would I go back there? What purpose is there to it? What purposes do I have?
To prove that you know what you're talking about in terms of rocket scientry and all those things, and you know, as I expose you frequently, Rocket.
The people who I like to speak to about this are the people whose opinions I respect, and you and your ilk are not in that category.
Yeah, I mean, it's like talking to a fucking rock.
We have a good rapport, Rocket. I know, and that's why we can engage for you know many. But like
No,
I said,
Chemo. You and I have no rapport.
Rocket. Now, come on, now you're going to thank
I'm drinking. I
Why
apologize. Sorry.
Why does Chemo think?
Rocket, you're going to thank me for
why does Chemo think that going to a particular place? Shut up, Chemo. Is a reflection of how much you know on a subject.
Look, I can understand how everyone is stressed, upset, but again, that's not our problem. As the flat Earth as a whole, again, I can help you to get through it and all that kind of stuff. But in terms of the community,
nobody wants, needs, or requested your help.
No, but exactly, you don't know what you need.
Hey,
as you just heard.
Hey, Rocket Scientist, did I go away?
You heard
or is that just Chemo being
a
bitch?
I heard you cut out, but I didn't see you get muted, so that was a bit weird.
No one needs to get muted in this. We're having a discussion.
So my question is, why does Chemo think that going to a particular place is somehow a reflection of the knowledge that you have on a particular subject?
Because what they would do, the guys over at 24/7, they would
nowhere in reality does talking somewhere or going to a particular forum or is a reflection of how much knowledge you have on a subject.
Yeah,
only you think that.
Just because when he goes into the 24/7 hour flat Earth server, he'll get fucking berated and yelled at by like 10 different fucking autistic flat earthers at the same time doesn't mean that he doesn't know.
No. Well, he brought it up, Gary. He brought up other servers. That's why we're talking about. But the idea is that, yeah, I mean, like I say, Rocket. You know, like I said, I'm a mod over there on Nathan's, QE's, Betty's over there. Going 27, go around Brandon.
You are okay. Good. Do me a favor. Next time you're there, Tell QE to fuck off. Tell Nathan Oakley to fuck off. And tell him I said so.
I'll say Rocket said beep 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 beep.
Sure.
So that's
no problem.
That's cool. You can go to Nathan's, and you could be while you're speaking. You could be muted while he talks over you.
Chemo, unban me from there. Unban me from 24/7.
I don't know if I got the ban button, but I can obviously put a word in or something like that. But
why are you slurping again, man? You got tooth problems?
I'm just saying to Rocket here that he should, if he really wants to know the truth about whether rockets work or not,
Fuck up. No, just stop. No, I'm not going to listen to your shit.
Now, the nice thing about Rocket and somebody who understands some of this stuff, I can actually validate whether Rocket knows his shit. I'm not great at satellites, but I have enough knowledge to know when somebody's talking bullshit. So I can say that reasonably sure that he's in the aerospace industry.
No, I'm not doubting that, but I'm saying that what would happen is they would show him that his work is just for no reason. There's no purpose.
Why would I don't give a fuck about those people. I don't care.
Well,
people like Pure, Moyak, Chronic. There's a lot of people whose name are like Slacker, Bazaar. Those are the people whose opinions I respect. That's why I keep coming here.
No, but they are yes men.
These are the people I wish to speak to.
They'll agree.
I don't come here to speak to you, Chemo. I'm just usually I don't engage with you. I don't give a fuck about you. But you know what? Today I want to take a piece out of you. So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, you're like their guru. Just because you said so, they're like, yes, rocket scientists. Yes, rocket scientists.
No.
Yes.
These guys, the people who I named and many more, if I was talking out of my ass, they would know and they'd call me on my shit.
No
and
way.
There have been times. Hang on. And there have been times I've said things that are incorrect and I've been corrected, and I have no problem with that.
No, that hasn't happened, Rocket. Stop being silly.
Fuck, I make fuck ups all the time. What's the big deal?
No, you don't.
You think it's a big deal?
All the time. But anyway, that's not here nor there. The point is, you can go on Brandon, you can go on Nathan,
that was
you
awkward
can
as fuck.
go anywhere where there are flat earthers, and they will expose.
Chemo, I'm going to put an end to this. It's not fucking happening. Stop implying or trying to manipulate that I should or that I'm going to, because it's not happening.
Oh,
okay?
Try and get QE
Just cut it out.
Here.
But please send a message to QE.
No, we'll try and get QE in here. I think he's been here once before or something. And he can have a one-on-one.
Oh, I'd love to have a chat with him in here.
What?
You can't have a chat. You can't have a chat with QE.
QE didn't
all these spoke at the same time
there last time before he rage quit.
You
what do you mean QE's going to come in here?
Anything, then?
Come on, Chemo, bring QE in here.
Let's see what happens. I'm not sure if he will. I don't know if he will or not. I'll ask him. I don't know if he will, but I'll say, I'll say we can get a one-on-one with a rocket scientist.
Tell him he's a coward little bitch.
No, I said we can get a one-on-one with a rocket
scientist. He's a cowardly little bitch.
That is somebody who's afraid to come out of his little hole.
Oh yeah.
No. It's going to be overtalked and not be able to get his point across. And there's like what's happening now.
The last time he was here, he was able to get his point across. Nobody was like berating him. Nobody said anything. They just challenged him on his ideas. The shit that he was saying, he got to finish.
Yeah, well, again, it's not.
His statements. Don't shut the fuck up, Chemo. Nobody was interrupting like you just did. So, and then he rage quit in less than 5 minutes. He ran off. I'm not doing this, and threw his fucking pom-poms down and ran like a fucking bitch. That's what happened.
Well, like I said, the environment.
No, not like you said.
Environment one has to get used to, and obviously making people welcome.
So you have to get used to people talking to him and not being able to be muted by him. That's a rough environment, man.
I know.
Well, I wasn't here, so like I said, I don't know. But
I was there.
It's a range.
So you can go fuck off, Chemo. I was there.
If he can speak to the subject matter expert, which is
he
rocket
spoke
scientist.
To the subject matter experts. He was paid more respect than he ever deserved.
Who was the subject matter expert on that day then?
There were several.
Who?
There were several.
Not you, though, Pure, right?
Yep, he spoke to Rumpus. Me?
Chemo, he claims to be a chemist or a
So it's a lot different.
biochemist
Yeah,
or
exactly.
whatever.
Don't focus
So
on the
he
QE.
should speak
This
to
is the
me.
problem. Yeah, this is
I
part
would
of the
be
problem.
the person he should speak
This is
to
part
when
of the
he comes
problem,
here.
hamster. Okay, that
Just
want to
talk
make
all
it.
over me, man.
No, but I heard what you said. You're saying he's a chemist, and I'm
Yeah,
saying.
well, no one else heard.
But I didn't hear it, so
Oh,
you
that
guys
wasn't
shut the
hamster.
fuck
That
up.
was Jace. Sorry, Jace.
Not you.
Yeah. Hey, Chemo, yeah, that whole thing where, it's against the rules to talk over people, you're breaking it, so maybe you should fucking mute yourself.
Yeah, but everyone's talking all at once, and
No, maybe you
Giving
should
me
mute
questions
yourself
and
because
stuff.
you're the one over talking.
right, Jace, go ahead.
No, all I was saying is he claims to be an expert in my field, and I would love to talk to him. Have him come here.
Well, that's the thing, you see. We can't just have, a barrage. Because, like I said, not all flat earthers want to do it that way. Have,
You're a Morty consultant.
4, 5, 6 people coming at them all at once.
Oh, you could sort that out.
No, I'm saying.
And again, you pretend that he was berated, that 4, 5, 6 people fucking went at him. That didn't happen. Actually,
but who was
Jem,
the subject matter expert
actually
then?
controlled that to make sure that didn't happen very well. And he threw his pom-poms down, stomped his feet, kicked a little fucking dirt, and ran away like a bitch.
Well, like I said, if it's the subject matter expert, as in a rocket scientist, and it's sure they can work something out and discuss the finer points of rocketry and space. He knows his stuff when it comes to.
No, he doesn't. He knows less than the square root of fuck all. That's why he ran like a little whiny baby.
And it's a different time.
Yeah.
Back then. Different time back then. No expert there.
He's never been brave enough to come back.
There was plenty.
No, there were not.
And he's never come out of his
How do you know, Chemo? You weren't here.
You haven't mentioned it.
Remember?
Yeah, you were, and I asked you what. You said, "Oh, rumpus."
He never came out of his little spider hole again.
Oh, I'm sorry. Rumpus is a pretty good subject matter expert in several fields, so go fuck off.
On what?
You ain't.
You talked to Rumpus a whole lot of times. But
We're
as long as
always
he's got
moaning about rumpus here. Oh, he's wrong. He shouldn't do this. So 1 minute he's good, next minute he's bad. So he's not your expert. Rocket scientist expert. I think if we get a QE rocket to have a discussion, then we can see really what's going on.
Well, so go get your bitch boy and bring him here.
I've got to ask him first. So not saying he
Ask the
will,
wolf
but it would
out
be
of its
nice.
spider hole.
Well, we
Why
know
did
he will because he actually sang a song about how he wanted a debate. Debate. Remember?
Yeah. Like
So
I said, it just needs to be.
Of course, he'll jump at the chance to come in a debate server, won't he? Of course.
I think no, but the thing is, when we reach a certain level, okay, there's got to be conditions. Now, I know you probably don't like it, and oh well, what's with the red carpet? But this is the thing: we're not just your any day run of the mill flat earther. Okay, you just come off the back off, what
You're the creme de la
watching,
stupid.
one of these videos. The other guys who actually have done. So when it comes to people like that, whether it's Anthony or Q or someone like that, they are going to have to, in order to to make feel welcome. You understand? Right, that's just the way it has to feel a little bit, right?
You're assuming that they weren't made made to feel welcome. That's all you're doing. You have no idea
that was a different
what
time.
happened that day.
I can't imagine what it was like, but I can just
Well, you can make shit up about what it's like, but Jem was there, I was there. There's several people that were there that day, and know damn good and well that he wasn't talked over, he wasn't treated poorly. He, was just challenged on the shit he was saying, and then he cried and ran away.
It's got to be it's like Witsit. Obviously, when Witsit comes, unless the vibe is right, then it seems like there's an attack going. Now, like he comes, he relaxes, talks, have discussions, especially when Jem's here, proper discussions. everything's at a good pace. So I think that needs to happen with QE or with someone else, where
Oh, are you saying his
they need to feel that
he's so fragile that he needs to be catered to?
Well, I mean,
that's what you're saying.
Not because we're fragile, but the fact is that they've been doing this for a long time now, and they're not just like I say. Yeah,
they're fragile.
Flat earther.
They're fragile.
Well, whether that's the case or not, they don't feel they need that. What comes with just asking questions, and you feel the need to ask them about their personal lives, about their credentials, about every definition. So,
the same shit that you require and others require. So now it's not, it's good for one, but it's not good for the other. So when it happens to them, all of a sudden, their whole fucking worldview is so goddamn fragile that it collapses, that it can't happen to them.
You can ask us any questions. What are you asking us for?
I have every right to ask you any question I want.
Why? What's the point? What are you asking us?
Want to know about the fucking flat Earth, man?
Yeah, you're the one claiming it's flat. So if you all of a sudden you can make claims and wild fucking accusations, and it can't be challenged anymore, fuck you.
Wait, I see. You haven't made the measurement yourself.
I don't care the way you see.
Yeah, you are a flat earther because you haven't made the measurement of curvature yourself.
Oh, I have. Absolutely have.
You've measured.
Yep.
I mean, you guys just say anything just to get yourself out of the discussion. Where's these measurements? Let's have a look.
On several different projects, different pipeline projects. You can go and look them up.
Okay.
See, out of all these years, Chemo has never done actually anything. So that's why he finds it very strange that anybody else would have actually done something.
Well, actually, I've been out there with Ranty, been out there with Anthony, I've been out there with...
You held a motherfucking tape measure, bitch. You ain't done shit ever.
We've located objects that are supposed to be beyond curvature.
I have 75 hours.
I'm sorry, Chemo, but I know damn well that you were just holding the freaking towel.
No, I was the one that found the lighthouse. I know what you're talking
about. I have 75
You found
hours.
the lighthouse. Holy shit.
We was the one that made the
Wow, you're fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's a very difficult observation.
Test. Oh, I'm still here. Hey, I have 75 hours of testing under my belt driving down the coast of America in a boat. During that time, I have 75 hours of all different weather conditions watching the country of America come out of the ocean and then sink back into the ocean as I came down the coast. I saw bridges rise up out of crystal clear, out of haze, out of everything, from below my eye level to above my eye level.
In the Bible?
That doesn't sound like the Bible.
It sounds like a Bible.
No, that's what I did. I personally had 75 hours of continuous testing of the horizon. 360 degrees around me.
What's your point, amigo?
My point is that I have seen the... I have tested it for more than 75 hours straight of testing.
Tested what?
I told you what I just did. I watched bridges come out of the ocean, rise up out of the ocean in all different weather conditions. And I watched them sink back down as I passed them.
This is where we are, you see. This is where we are.
From about 18 feet off the water. No, 12 feet off. Well, my head was 18 feet off the water.
If you say so, I mean, again, there's no way of verifying or validating what you've said.
Oh, and yeah, don't need to verify it. I've just done the testing.
You just assume it, right?
I went essentially through most of your East Coast, all in one trip.
Look, we're just looking for the science. It's not difficult to do science, right? Repeatable, demonstrable, observable science.
It's there. You can do it tomorrow.
No, just manipulate your independent variable and show cause and effect. What's difficult?
Distance from curve. I've modified my distance from the curvature.
Chemo, that every time it gets done, you deny that it gets done. That's the problem. If you must know, but you already know.
The cause to flat Earth growth is ball Earthers.
There is no growth in flat Earth. It's been slowly dying out for years.
It's been growing.
No, it hasn't.
Quietly. What? Because they're not
No, it
raising it from
hasn't.
the top of the rooftops is why you think it's not growing.
No, because I don't see any, I don't see the new servers coming up like I did. I don't see the new people coming out of the woodwork. They're even on the fringes. You should still have the new people coming in to replace Witsit and to replace you, and especially to replace Ranty.
Why on earth would people
replace Chris
this
Monk?
is where there's a disconnect. People are not cut out to talk to people like you, Moya, who lie to make stories up.
Oh, that's a lie, but okay.
Yeah.
But people are not ready and prepared when they speak to someone. They're going to be told stories.
Who thinks I lie compared to who thinks Chemo lies?
Well, where are the flat earthers? And there were thousands of us around. There's loads on 24/7 right now. Loads in Betty.
There's
right
not
now.
thousands.
There'll be loads on Brandon's tonight. So it's not about that. It's not about because you're not seeing them right now.
So it's the same 35 motherfuckers that go from one server to another to another. It's not like it's all different people. There's not loads.
Yeah, there's always new people in 24 constantly. And they're always constantly changing ball earthers to flat earthers. Constantly.
So out of those,
no, they're not.
Talkers.
Because you basically you're in here, you just can't imagine it. That's the problem.
You're like
no, I've seen it. I've seen it, and the best that they got is trying to manipulate fucking junior high school kids that are 13.
I've done it in there. Convince somebody.
I know. I know.
24/7.
I know. You enjoy talking to minor children.
Like you guys.
It's kind of fucking. That's kind of creepy, Chemo.
They're not based on just believing somebody else. That's not enough for them just to believe another authority. You guys just think, well, they why would they lie? They must be telling the truth. These people are not like that. Let's just rely on the government to tell us what.
I know, Chemo. Yeah, I know you like to convert little kids. You're a creepy fuck.
I like this.
Absolutely, they need to know about the truth.
Chemo, you have a strange thing going on here. Of those new people, you're just a cross section of society. Everybody who stays and talks for a long time and stays in the flat Earth. The number of those people should be increasing if you have increasing numbers, because you'll have the people who come in on a lark. You'll have the people who come in. 1% will be really diehard. And you don't get the increase of your raw numbers ever. You get a couple people come in on a lark for a couple days and they go away.
No, you've got no idea. Mark Sargent has a huge following every time he goes live. Huge following. Garen Globusters have got a huge following. Again, you have no idea because you don't go and look at those things.
No, I don't go there. But how many do they get on it?
Has a huge. QE has a website. Can't have a website unless you have a huge following.
How do they get?
Why did journalism take down all his videos?
Oh, because they might have had copyright stuff.
All the videos?
Yeah, he said you got to review them all.
Wow, that was months ago.
He's never gotten any content back.
He's just about the copyright.
Right. So all he has to do.
The point is that flat Earth is massive today. massive, and you guys
It's
are just,
it's not. It's fun. Hold on. Let's break this down. Yes, on any given fucking live stream,
Andrew,
can
20 years
Mark
old.
Sargent shut your fucking mouth, Chemo? Can Mark Sargent get a what, about 2,000 people? That's not a huge following. I'm sorry. And there's a percentage of there of flat earthers and then other people that are trolling them and calling them fucking names.
Eddie Bravo, huge following. All these people here, they have huge followings.
I don't care how many numbers they have, Chemo, but you say that they have this huge following of people. He might get a couple thousand.
No, there are millions.
Ooh,
millions
great.
Of followers.
No.
Now, how many show up to his live stream?
They don't have to show up to the live stream. They don't have to do any of that thing. All they have to do is just watch a video, one of them, of his entire channel, and that's his following. And I'm sure
No, it's not. No, that's not. I'm sorry. No, it's not. That's not how a following of people on on YouTube fucking watches. So you're saying my following, because one of my videos got 27,000 views, that my following is 27,000 now?
No, I didn't say that. I'm saying of all the videos.
No, that is what you just said.
That's not what I said.
If one person watches his videos, that is his following. So my video that got over 27,000 views, that's my following, Chemo, according to you? Okay, so millions is in. So the let's say a million. If one of his videos got 1 million views, then 1 million people aren't his followers.
That's not what I'm saying.
I would think the followers.
I'm clarifying it because that's what you said.
No,
the people who show
all his videos.
The people who follow him live stream are the best indicator of his followers, I would think.
No, that's just one person. On all the other social media, they're huge.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Kimo.
Facebook is massive on Facebook.
I know you don't like having your point challenged here, but his last year, how many people would show up to one of his live streams?
Well, I'm not talking about like that. I'm saying that the flat Earth has a huge following.
Just a little bit more. So, if he has a large increase in flat Earth, and you're citing him as an example, then one would expect to see last year him having 2,000, this year him having 3 or 30,000 live viewers. It should be a continuing increase.
Why again? For what?
Because the number of people who follow, some of them will become followers.
So this is the brain of a ball earther. So the first year they have a conference for what? What's the reason? Get it into the media, get coverage, spread. So they go to the second year if it's needed. Not necessarily needing that because the word is out there, it's already in the media. So now the people themselves, those people who might read the newspaper or watch the news, don't need to show up to the next convention. For what?
I'm sorry, you would, as part that you look at all their videos, the other ones should be doing this, so there should be a...
No, it's not a concert, so why on earth would the numbers keep increasing? They're not celebrities. All they're doing is raising awareness. Now the people know in the general public, job's done. Pat's out the bag. Not pop stars. You get them mistaken for celebrities. That's how it works. Everyone knows about flat Earth.
It is disheartening how many people are in it. 100 for the entire population of Earth is too many.
Young people.
I know.
Andrew, 20 years old, arguing with you guys like he's an elder. That's what we're looking for. 20-year-olds, young people like that who understand.
I wouldn't agree and say that there's millions. I think there may be, tens of thousands. Yeah.
I'll take exception to that. There was one thing I saw in Brazil, a highly religious country that has an unusually high population of retarded people. Of course,
In
it matches
America,
their.
it's what in America it's 1 in 10.
No,
Out the
no,
globe.
that I didn't like that poll at all.
Again, the numbers are there. That they're scary for you guys. Of course, they're scary. You don't want to hear that.
No, and I have not experienced 1 in 10 flat earthers. In fact, I'm still to date waiting to meet somebody who is a boisterous flat earther. And I do frequently say, hey, one of my weird hobbies is talking to flat earthers.
I mean,
So,
boisterous again.
The thing about that poll is it gave you 4 choices, and those were the only ones. That I don't think about it, don't care. That I don't. I'm a little bit skeptical. Yes, I believe, or something. But they combined 3 of those to get the average of 1 in 10, and then claim that even though 2 of the answers were I don't think about it or no, I don't believe the earth is flat, they still took that I don't know and put that in with the average to get that 1 in 10. So they did it actually very disingenuously.
I didn't know that.
F-E-A.
Yeah.
Look, you're missing the point, guys. This is why you're seeing an influx.
No, the point is, I'm not missing the point. I'm actually rebutting what you said and how the poll actually got the 1 in 10 number, which is very disingenuously if you're going to do a poll to calculate what a person thinks, and limited their answers to 4, specifically 4.
Yeah, you're missing the point of what I'm trying to say here, which is the reason why you're seeing flat earthers today. Any new flat earther looks like they're trolling.
I don't. I've been to 30. Actually, I've been.
No. So any of the new flat earthers that you're seeing today are looking like they're trolling. Moyet wants to see more boisterous, like he's saying, a new Witsit or something like that. That's not going to happen. That's very few and far between.
We've been in the game.
Hold on, let me finish my point here. So that's very few and far between, Moyet, because like I said, not everybody is prepared.
Evolving. I think I'm evolving now.
Not everyone is prepared to take on you guys like this. So the ones that you're seeing now, you're seeing a lot of more like what you might see a trolly flat earther. You think, well, they're not serious. They don't seem to be serious. But they are serious. It's that you think they're trolling because the fight, Moy, this is my point I was going to make. Poncho, in the first 3 years, had day 1, day 2, no evidence. Day 4, all up to 300-400 days, no evidence. Nathan now, show 1, 2, thousands of shows, yeah? The fight has been done already. The fight's been won. There's nothing to fight about, see? So now what we're looking at is people just...
Can we get some other flat earthers in here? Because you're kind of like boring me.
Well, I mean, again, we had many of flat earthers in here, but we've had people like Kosher and Veach run them off, scare them off, mute them, abuse them, overtalk them, won't allow them to speak. Okay, and
isn't that what they do in the 24/7 flat Earth server too? Though I mean, like, I was in there and they kept muting me because they didn't like what I had to say. So I mean, it's the same thing.
No, it's quite different.
No, it's different here because
what we do here is mute people for being rude, typically.
Yeah, it's a different. I mean, it's very difficult to get banned or booted from here. We tend to allow like free speech, obviously, to a degree, but
you figure out the Earth is flat.
I'm saying that now. The flat earthers that you're coming across today are not so boisterous because they've seen the fight already happen. Like I say, they've seen Nathan, thousands of shows. They've seen
it.
Poncho in the beginning, those days that he's done. What are they going to fight for, Moyuk? What are they going to get a headache for? For what? We're at the point now of just...
It's a headache trying to deal with facts and evidence.
No, I'm saying the headache of getting shouted at, abused. I mean, Jeremy, for example, he was what you wanted, the next boisterous flat earther. Look what's happened to him. Right? He can't get away with it.
Have you seen, now, as an example, Space Pope comes in here and he's treated with respect. Jeremy isn't. Jeremy was treated with respect. Now, what's the difference between how Jeremy and Space Pope act?
No, I mean Space Poe is cool, Babs. Like Babs is cool and everything, but he doesn't want to fall out with you guys. So he kind of, like an apologetics, so to speak.
No, he's not a dick. If you're a dick, you get treated like a dick.
Well, I mean, again, I just. No, I mean, like he's just. I think it's slightly like how I am a little bit more political about it, so we don't really want to make any arguments too much. But
there's Merle. Merle comes in here, and when he's on his lithium, he's treated kind of nice. He has nice conversations. And then there's Crazy Merle, who gets treated and yelled at and screamed at. It's all up to how you act, how you get treated. Because we don't come in here and just beat people up. If you're a dick, you get dick treatment.
Yeah, and that
point. Hey, Chemo. The thing about Jeremy is, you know what? I treated him with the utmost respect. Until the day that he left here, went over to another server, and completely fucking misrepresented the conversation that we had. That I paid him the utmost respect. When you do that, you don't have my respect anymore. You get what you give.
Well, I have tried to explain. When you guys are lying to me, making up stories, I understand where you're coming from. For someone like Jeremy or anybody else, they're like, well, why are you lying to me? I don't understand. Why? And then to them, like Merle, you're talking to Merle, and Merle's asking the question, how does this work, blah, blah, blah. And then you lied to Merle how he sees it as a lie.
Tell me a lie. Tell me one lie.
I'm just explaining how you can go from a respectful flat earther, nice and pleasant, to the disrespectful side. And that's because, like I said, the flat earther comes in, like how I come in. Hey guys, can we get some science? You say yes. Say, what is it? Someone says, go and find it yourself. So at that point, I could either be disrespectful and say, you guys are this, that, and the other, or understand why you're saying what you're saying. Now, most flat earthers were like, well, no, he's lying. You're this, you're that, you're this. Beep, 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 beep. And that's what goes on.
Kimo, how many times there have been presented to you evidences? How many times? How do you think, Peter, people they are not bored to keep presenting you evidence and then keep denying them?
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Of course, yeah. What? Of course, yeah. What? Do you have a proof of something? Do you have something
provided
that
what they think is evidence?
Provide what? What?
They provide
Show
what
me
they
something.
think. Their opinion.
Show me the fucking flat earth, idiot. Show me something.
No,
and you want the people to treat you well. How the fuck to treat you well? Because you ignore everything and we lose our time just to stay in an argument with you. You
let's
don't
say,
get
for
it.
example, Blue Marble, right?
Blue Marble. What you have with Blue Marble? Do you have something that you have taken from your ass?
Unfortunately, he didn't follow the scientific method to its fullest. Yes. And therefore, he cannot have a result. So
do you have something? Show me the flat earth. Show me the flat earth, idiot.
You can't get high enough to show you the
I am fucking hell because I'm sick and tired of you. Show me the flat earth.
Blue is a good example. This is how you can fall out with a ball earther, right? So, you'll say to Blue, give us the master
Stop gibberish and come with
Blue
evidences.
Says, okay, here's the experiment. So we're like, well, did you account for this? He's like, well, no, I don't have to. It's not, at that moment, the breakdown in the relationship happens because he's not being
what was he supposed to account for that you didn't ask him to?
Flat Earth.
Air.
Anyway, let's pass the mic on. We have other flat earthers in here. Peace of mind.
What did Blue not account for?
Is he still New Flurf? Welcome.
Chemo. No, you made a claim, and the guy's not here to defend himself. But I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you. What did he not account for?
The atmosphere. So anyway,
and I can he did.
He did account for that.
Yeah, actually, he did. Yeah.
Well, okay, fine, he did. New flirt. You're a new flat earther, right? You haven't been a flat earther.
Don't sit there and say
They
you're going to
reckon
sit
that
there and
there
make
are
the claim.
no
I don't give
new
a fuck.
flat
I don't
earthers.
care if some guys here. I don't give a fuck,
just
Chemo.
answered you,
But
though,
you're not
Pure.
going. You made a claim,
I answered
and I'm
it.
going to challenge you on that claim. You said you dismissed Blue's experiment because he didn't follow the scientific method to its fullest. Then you said he didn't account for variables. What was he supposed to account for that you made a request for him to account for in his experiment?
He was told to remove the but he never removed it.
Okay, and he accounted for that by showing that air doesn't.
No calculating.
Wait,
You've got
Chemo, you really got muting yourself.
Remove the Earth
simply by when he puts the test in the idle state where he has the masses away from it. The air is still in there, and it's not moving. The pendulum stops moving. Then, when he takes it and puts the masses in place, then the balls start to move. Therefore,
that can't
the
be
air
shown in a
is
vacuum.
accounted for. Nope, the air is accounted for.
Well, no, not unless it's in a vacuum.
Yes.
Because it won't move in a vacuum. Anyway,
if I put something
that's for the future. We're waiting for Bio. He will demonstrate my claim to be true, that it will not move, and then we'll put that to bed. But new flirt. Are you a new flirt? How long you been a new flirt? What made you become a new flirt? And is your mic working?
I don't want no part of this.
Oh, why? What's wrong?
They showed me the blue marble and made that picture out of a computer. It's not real.
This isn't a new flirt.
It's little
This
G,
is-
dude.
This is Johnny One-Liner.
No, yeah, but this is the point now. This is the new flat earth. It's like you're seeing the fight has been won, Moyek. So he's like, what do I need to argue with these guys about for at great length? We've listened, we've heard, there are thousands of shows, thousands of hours on this discussion alone. It's probably the most talked about subject in the world.
Yeah, it is.
Kimo, show me a picture of flat earth. One picture, please.
It's probably the most talked, probably I say. I don't know if it is. But it's probably the most talked about or debated subject
Kimo, do you hear me?
ever. It happens 24/7 every single day. Every day, 24/7. This is being discussed.
Kimo, do you ignore me? Do you ignore me because you want
I'm
to
not ignoring you.
What?
I'm just pointing out to Moyek that he's
You're pointing
desperate
out
for
what?
these new boisterous flat earthers. Oh, where are the new fighters? Well, again, why? The leaders of the new school have set the pace. We've told everybody else what needs to be done.
We got it.
Do you
Show
want
me a
to?
picture
Do you
of
want
flat
to?
earth.
What do you want, Moyek? A bunch of new people saying Black Swan, Black Swan. What do you want? Black Swan, Black Swan. Is that what you want for the next year or two from a bunch of new people?
Oh, no, actually, I'd like the new flat earthers to start coming out with some evidence. That'd be cool.
Well, I just told you we set the pace. We set the bar. There's no
You've
one going to
never
be able to
given us any
overtake what
evidence.
we've
You
already
failed.
done. Unless you get some
You
miraculous
failed.
someone
You
who's actually
failed
goes to the
miserably.
wall or goes to the dome. Who's gonna succeed what we've already done?
Who's gonna well with all these new people coming on board? You should have like fun with the yin yang.
Moya, I'm asking you, who is
In
going to overtake
7
what
years,
we have
Chemo, you
already
haven't
done?
done anything. 7 years, Chemo. You've done nothing. All you've done is
community
giving yourself
that we're in, that
some
I am
title
in, that you are in.
You fucking run something. That you're some leader of some
See,
new
no
school
conversation. Now,
era.
who's going to want to come and get involved in this? Okay, I'm just making a
Well,
point.
you actually have to stop talking. See, a conversation happens both ways.
Yeah,
but
I'm
I
making
just
a
think
point.
it's
You just
very
start talking when I
ironic
start
that
talking.
in 7 years, Chemo, you've done nothing. Yet you give yourself this title, this self-entitled titlement that you thinks that you do something.
Okay.
This is how you got to flex yourself.
Okay.
Oh, this has no relevance to reality.
Exactly. I don't know why this is at any point. Point is that Moik is saying he wants.
Oh, Kimo, you have no relevance to reality. Nobody cares.
Well, again, we're just giving our opinion then, aren't we? We're here talking about the shape of the earth.
Yeah, that's all you're
We're
doing.
looking for
You demand evidence, but give
and
your opinion.
science. And Moyek seems to think that there should be a barrage of new flat earthers replacing what we've already done And I cannot see how.
No. Actually, taking up the
What are they
gauntlet
going to do?
You left off with nothing.
You've got
You left off with
you've got New Flurf here, and all he's saying is that show me a picture of the blue marble. Now you can't do that. All you can do is show.
Sure, but that's been showed 100 times. Why wouldn't? And he knows it.
All right, there you go.
He's not a new flat earther.
New
He's
Flurf,
been in here for
you've
weeks.
been shown 100 times. Why don't you accept
He's
it?
been in here for.
Let's
Chemo,
ask
he's
him
been in
why.
for.
Well, let him answer then. Why don't you accept the blue marble?
Because those are CGI images.
There you go, Mike. Okay.
What the hell is his name? He's been here for weeks.
Little G.
Moyak, is that what you want for the next 5 years? It's CGI, Black Swan, no geometry.
I'd love to see. I would love to see somebody with some talent come in. Somebody with some knowledge.
I would love for one computer, a graphic designer or something, to come in and actually show and demonstrate that any of these images are CGI.
Yeah, these people are speaking to David Weiss, aren't they? See?
CGI, they're composite.
Sanu guy, can you actually show me where it's CGI instead of just stating it? Because you made a claim, now can you back that claim up?
They don't even say that it's CGI, they say it's composite photography, which means that you're taking a bunch of images and putting them together, which means there's still pictures of the Earth, it's just that they're composites.
Enhanced.
I mean,
that's if you want to go with the
CGI,
Blue Marble 2012, but if you want to go with like Earthrise and stuff like that, oh wait, that's on 70mm Hasselblad film. That's easily at the Aeronautics Museum in Alamogordo, New Mexico, is one set, and there's other aeronautics museums where they're on display at other museums. Shit, that kind of fucks up your CGI thing because 1969 they didn't have CGI or Photoshop.
Yeah,
there's
there's actual footage from the fucking International Space Station. I mean, like, I don't, like, what do you think they're fucking filming there? Like, I don't understand. Like, how is that CGI? It's like from an actual, like, GoPro type camera. I mean,
Good afternoon, Twit.
Hey, how are you?
You'd have to think that so many people are lying and, like,
Hello,
I don't understand. It's like a conspiracy of thousands of people. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Hi to it.
So what's going on to it? Why are the flat earthers? What's going on? Is it dying? You think flat earth is dying? Wait.
Do you think that flat
earth is dying? Where are the flat earthers?
I don't keep up with them.
You know where they are, yeah.
I know Witsit was in Philadelphia the other day. He was in Washington, D.C. He was in my stomping grounds. But yeah, other than that, I don't know. Yeah.
Not dying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it kind of is because, he was doing, like Witsit, for example. He was out there and he's doing the whole bullhorn thing, preaching to the masses who are just walking by. But he had the thing with offering $100 to answer the 3 questions. And when he first did that, I happened to be in his chat when he first did that. And I was like, I answered all 3 of them. I'm like waiting for my $100, right? He didn't even acknowledge the chat. And the other thing is that, I don't know. I kind of, maybe, honestly, to be honest, it reminded me of what Jem said. And it goes back to talking about when you guys were doing the Flat Earth British thing, when you were going around and doing the tour. I forget what it was called.
The Globe Light Tour.
Globe Light Tour. And you were just kind of ambushing people in the streets. Like, you just, random people, you gave them questions that we know the answers to easily because even you guys, because we're in this, doing this all the time. But just random people that are walking down the street, minding their own business, they get jumped on with these questions and they don't know how to answer them because it's not a question that comes up in regular life every day, right?
Yeah,
and you guys use that as an example of how, if these people don't know, that they don't know, so that we can tell them how it's been a lie and all this stuff. And it's just strange. You don't ambush people.
People should know. This is
ambush. But why should they know? By what standard? By what standard should they know?
Well, again, because we've been taught that we're on a ball, they should be able to tell us why we're on a ball. Just like
But we've been taught loads and loads of things that we've been taught that there are forests all over the earth, but it doesn't mean I can say how many trees there are.
no.
Right?
But we've been taught things that we've never really thought about. Problem. And when they
But that does
I don't
not
think
tell us
that's
why.
true, or even necessary. In fact, I think that people are taught things. I think that some of the things they are taught, they test against reality throughout their lives. And I think that what people do is they make the assessment that almost everything that they were taught was accurate and has comported with reality. And therefore, it's reasonable for them to assume that that goes for everything that they were taught.
If we did the same thing with China or Australia, say it didn't exist,
You do exactly.
Let's say we had a billboard. Australia doesn't exist. It's not real. People would be showing us photographs. They would be calling people immediately, right on the spot.
Yeah,
so
and you
hold
would
on,
say
I'm going to
the photographs have been
my point.
fake.
I'm going to miss
All
my
right.
point.
All right, go ahead.
My point. The point is that knowing that we're on a board should be the same as knowing there is Australia. So my point is that when you ask somebody about the board, they should be able to just whip out their phone or their camera and say, yes, this is the deal, whatever. The same way they would, on the spot, they would just call someone in Australia, they would show videos, they would have something ready and available almost there and then. At least one person out of 10.
True. That's not true in any
One out of
way.
10 people.
I could easily come up with a list of 1,000 things now that people won't know about Australia, and yet they'll all accept that Australia exists.
No, to prove it exists, they could if they really had to. The globe, they can't really prove it.
How could they? Nobody could do that. How could you tell me? All right, I'm in the street. I'm here with the Australia's a lie campaign. The UK Australia is a lie campaign. I'm here to tell you. Did you know Australia is a lie? Can you prove anything to me?
Well, I mean, we could show it to a reasonable.
Can you prove Australia exists?
Well,
Here's
again,
my
to
flyer.
a reasonable
Here's my
degree.
flyer with all the evidence that Australia's fake. By the way, take my flyer. Now, prove to me Australia exists. Go ahead.
Well, like I say, we can show it to a reasonable degree.
How?
First of all, we'd ask them We'd ask them what they mean by that. What do you mean?
So you don't.
Australia's fake.
You have
It's
to
not
absolutely.
there. It's just.
But I would
the
say
governments of the world have colluded to pretend that there is a country called Australia.
Yeah, but like I said, we could show without a reasonable doubt that it exists.
Go on then.
We could say take a flight there.
Show us. Give us a demonstration right now.
But how,
It can be verified.
Hold on, we're in the street.
It can be verified.
So you're telling me I can take a flight there, but you know,
Yes.
here's my evidence that the flights are fake. Here's some video shot on one of those flights where there's a little bit of a glitch in it, so that proves that all the flights are fake. So you got anything else?
No, but first of all, again, this is not a scientific question.
Well, let's put it this way. Why is it the first question that comes out of a flat earther's mouth when they engage somebody on the street is, what makes you think that you're on a spinning ball? Now, how many people every day think that they're on a spinning ball? No one ever thinks that. Number one, they think they're on a planet that rotates once every 24 hours. So like you're rotating.
Same thing,
you know, that's it. No, but it's not the same thing. What you do is you ambush them with spinning ball, spin 1,000 miles an hour spinning ball. It takes them off guard. It takes them to a place like they're trying to figure out what the hell you're talking about.
They don't know they were tricked.
Hun,
Are
you a flat earther?
Yeah, you
Hun, are
gotta
you a
tell
flat
them that
earther?
they were
Welcome to
tricked.
Flat Earth.
Hey,
Do you
skeptic.
believe in flat Earth, Hun?
Going on,
Do you believe?
skeptic.
Wait, seven people
I wanna
ambushed
know if
what
she
she
believes
said.
in flat Earth.
Seven.
No, she's
all
not
at
a
once.
flat
7
Earth
people
skeptic.
ambushed what she said while she was addressing chemo. Please go for it.
No, I just
you
want
need
to
to
know if
calm
she's a
down.
flat earther or not. Do you believe in Christ, or are you a flat earther? What are you?
What are they synonymous?
doesn't
You have
matter.
to do both.
You need to calm down. Go on, skeptic.
Oh, I am calm. Oh, I'm calm.
All I
I'm
want
just
to know is
pointing out.
what she is. That's it. Flat earther.
It doesn't
globe
matter. It doesn't
worker?
matter. It doesn't matter.
It does to
Address
me.
what she said.
It does to me. I don't
Why?
even know the question. I just got on.
Why? To make
I'm
her
just asking.
atheist? To make her atheist? To put her on the list who's gonna die next, or why?
Okay, skeptic. Let's not talk about passing beyond the next world, how we will meet the next world, or anything of that nature. Is that okay?
Just before we go any further, can I just point out, Twit is actually allowed to answer her questions put to her herself if she wants to. I just want to make that point.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for her to answer.
She's fine on her own, you know. She's a big girl.
I don't know.
Now I've made it worse, but you know what I mean.
I'm not that big, but yeah. Especially on my chest, but anyway, that's another story. Anyway, I don't think that I don't understand why there has to be, are they mutually exclusive? You know, do you have to believe in Christ to believe the earth is round or flat? What is this question?
No, the truth is you don't. But you know, I just want to know: do you believe in flat Earth or the ball?
No.
Oh, you don't believe in flat Earth?
It's not a ball either. It's a globe.
You don't know what it is. You don't know.
No, I do know.
Okay.
I do know.
Okay, what is it?
No, without a fact. It's a sphere. It's spherical Earth. It's a planet.
Ah, okay,
Right.
okay. All right,
Yeah.
she's insane. That's what I wanted to be sure of.
Okay. Well, you believe somebody died and rose from the dead 3 days later. So.
Yeah. He did. He also said there's a giant. He also said there's a giant snake circling the earth. Have you seen it?
He said that you can fly over the sun and that you could skydive into the sun.
Sounds good.
No.
You should try.
You know there's a giant snake circling the earth, hon, right? You know that, right?
No. Are you calling? Did you call me hon? That's so sweet.
Yeah, but you know there's a giant snake circling the earth.
No.
Yes, you want to see it?
It's not coming from your pants, is it?
No.
This is a dick pic situation.